Hey guys, all right, here's what we're doing today. We're going to do an album review. I haven't done one of these in a while, but I thought this would be a good one to do. Several people have asked me my thoughts on this, so I thought I would share them. That's going to bother me. Whatever. So here's what I'm going to talk about today. Well, I'll get to it. I'll get to it real soon, but say hi. I was doing a lot of reviews before because I'm always listening to new music. And so for a while there, I was just listening to music and I was recording my thoughts as I had them because I thought that'd be a very good indication of what I was feeling about it. But it turns out that, I don't like most things. So I stopped doing that because I was ruffling feathers, but who cares? That's not what this is about. What this is about is the brand new Steve Perry record. Steve Perry, one of the greatest voices of all time. If you don't know me at all, you just stumbled across this. I love Steve Perry. I got a whole video on here where I gush about Journey for about an hour, and I rank all their albums from my least favorite to my most favorite, and I talk about all the offshoot bands, the Bad English and the Storm, and Hardline, and just so many others, and just geek out about Journey for like an hour. I love Journey. For those 10 years, it wasn't cool to love Journey. I never stopped loving Journey. It's one of those bands. So, and his voice is one of the greatest voices of all time. Of all time in this kind of music, love his voice. Who doesn't love his voice, right? He's called like the voice. So this is going to be very hard for me to talk about this without talking about Journey, which I've noticed there's a lot of people have a hard time. You want to compare this to Journey, but it's not Journey, it's solo Steve Perry. And that's where I think a lot of people that I've read or heard are kind of being disappointed. I don't know. Anyway, here are my thoughts. And if you didn't know, Steve Perry put out a new record. It's called Traces. Came out a couple weeks ago. I've been listening to it over and over and over again. I got the Target version with the bonus tracks, because I always get the bonus tracks. Real quick, by the way, just his past stuff, I got all that. I got the bonus tracks, Street Talk, and For Love of Strange Medicine, and then this guy here. And I know there's more, but that's pretty much it. I had the original version of this, and I can't find it. So maybe somebody stole it. I don't know. Anyway, we're here to talk about Traces. So if you don't know the story, I'll tell it real quickly, and I won't tell it very well, I guess, but Steve Perry hasn't recorded any new music since 1996's Trial by Fire from Journey. Is that right? Someone will tell me if I'm wrong, I'm sure. So Steve Perry has not recorded any new music in over 20 years. And in the past 20 years, Journey's become more iconic than ever. More popular almost than ever, which is really great. I think that's great. So he went kind of in a reclusive kind of life, and then he met a woman. She had cancer. They got real close, and she passed away. But before she passed away, she made him promise to not stay hidden away. Basically, that's it. Without getting into it, I mean, that's what I get out of it. So from that, we all get this album called Traces with 15 songs. Now, given that it is Steve Perry, and that the motivation for this was emotional and love, that is pretty much what all the songs are about. So my overall feeling about this record is that it's okay. I know there's a lot of people that love Steve Perry and they love their artists, and their artists can do no wrong, and that's fine, and I actually understand that and respect it. It's wonderful to hear his voice again on anything. When I got this, I actually bought it, and I waited to listen to it until I had time off. I put my phone in airplane mode. I laid down on my bed, turned off the lights, put in the earbuds, good ones, and just listened. And no joke, and I'm not saying this is a punchline or to be disrespectful, I kind of fell asleep like 5 songs in. But it is. So what we have here, basically, in my opinion, is a pretty mellow kind of collection of songs. Now, I know he's in his late 60s, and I know he's always been kind of a crooner and a balladeer. I was, like many people, hoping for a little more upbeat stuff. It doesn't have to be rocking. I wasn't expecting to come out and rock, because he doesn't rock on these records. These are not rockin' records, really. They're not. I mean, they're good records, but they're not rock records. People were talking about this like they expected. I don't know what they expected. So I'll say this. It pretty much was what I expected, but I was hoping I was wrong. I wanted a little more upbeat, a little more hooks. Just hooky musically, if nothing else. So I can go song by song by song, but I won't. There's 15 songs altogether. I ended up liking 8 of them. And he still sounds great. He's staying within his range. He sounds good. It's his voice. I'm glad his voice hasn't changed that much. It's definitely worth having if you're a big fan, but I wouldn't expect to be blown away by this. It's good, but it's not great. It's not amazing. And honestly, the only reason that anybody bought this is because of Steve Perry. If anybody put this out who wasn't Steve Perry and this was the collection of songs they put out, it'd be like, you got to go back and write some more. This isn't strong enough to stand on its own. But if you put it in the mouth of Steve Perry, well, then it's good. And I understand he's speaking from his heart. He's got to do what he wants to do. He's got to write about what he wants to write about. I find it somewhat disappointing that somebody who's almost 70 years old can't... I was hoping for subject matter a little more varied. There's 15 songs that are pretty much all about love. I think that's right, isn't it? Like, I think it's right. And I was just thinking someone with that kind of experience and the kind of life he's had would have something more to say, something else to say, something interesting from a different slant to say. Just, I don't know. I was hoping, just not a lot, but it's like a fourth of the songs were more about life and mortality and lessons and stories. I don't know, but they were all just about love. And I wanted that, but I didn't want only that. So real quick, No Erasing, that's the song everybody heard. The reason that was the single is because it sounds the most like a Journey upbeat, radio-friendly song that's on here. I like We're Still Here. That's a good song. His voice is really beautiful on that. I listened to Most of All once or twice. I was stunned that it was co-written by Randy Goodrum because I really didn't like that song. I went through it a couple times, went, I don't like that. No More Crying's okay. I really liked, no, I guess we're not there yet. In the Rain, I didn't care for that one. Sunshine's Gray, it's okay. At least it was upbeat. You Belong to Me, that's the one I thought was really nice. Was it you? Was it I? Real nice, real sweet. I didn't like that he said, was it you, was it I? Nobody says that. Was it you, was it me? That's what you say, but I know they're going for the line. But that's a good song. I like You Belong to Me very much. Easy to Love's pretty good. I think we've all written a song called Easy to Love. I got a song called Easy to Love. And it's all right. I Need You. I did not understand the need to include a Beatles cover. Why do we need to include a Beatles cover? I just don't understand that at all. That one, I didn't even listen to it. I don't need to hear someone else do that. I'm sorry. We Fly, didn't care for that. October in New York, it's a little different, so that was nice. Angel Eyes, I liked it for a while, and then it kind of got on my nerves. So I cut that one. Call on Me, I enjoyed the reggae kind of feel to mix it up a little bit, but after a while, it kind of wore thin on me. We Could Be Something Again. I did like that one. Or Could We Be Something Again? Sorry, Could We Be Something Again. I like that. If for no other reason, just to hear Steve Perry go, do you want a ya-ya? Like, what does that mean? I don't know. And then the last one, Blue Jay Fly. I listened to that once and was, oh man, that's dark and depressing and not very hooky. So I'm talking real fast, but that was that. So that was kind of it. I know I think I had more to say. I'm not crapping on it. I'm really happy this is happening. I'm really happy that people are talking about Steve Perry, that he's getting validation. Well, maybe not validation, but he's getting record sales, that people care about what he has to say. I hope old Journey records are getting a push from this. And I hope people go back and check out his other solo stuff if they didn't know he had it, because the guy is one of a kind, and I'm not faulting him for doing whatever he wants to do. And I don't mean this to sound negative. It's good. It's not great. But honestly, all of my favorite artists who have gotten older, everything they put in, every one of them I can think of in the past 5 years, what they're doing now is toothless. Like the last Richard Marx record, I love him, toothless. The last Sting record was toothless. The last Bryan Adams record was horrid. That's kind of what happens, I guess. I don't know. But it's okay. It's okay. If you're a huge Steve Perry fan, you'll probably like it. If you're expecting it to sound like Frontiers or Escape, it's not going to. And if you're a casual fan, maybe you won't be disappointed because you won't understand how great this guy was. Aside from the Journey hits, how just phenomenal the guy could sing. But he's still hitting A's and B's full voice. I mean, that's pretty damn impressive. And he still sounds like him. So that's pretty much it, though. I give it like a, B-, I guess, overall. But I'm still happy that Steve Perry's making music. So if you're going to disagree with me, that's fine, all right? If you disagree with me, I disagree with you also. We don't have to get petty about it. I don't need comments like, what do you mean, blah, blah. But Angel Eyes is a great song. I'm so happy you like it. I am. I really am. But no one's going to convince each other. These are just my thoughts, and I thought I'd share them because it's kind of a big deal when Steve Perry puts out a record, right? So I think that's all I had to say. Yeah. So good, not great. But definitely pick it up because, you know, someone who can actually sing and write is making a record and it's selling. So that's pretty awesome, right? That's all I had. All right. Check out some other videos here on my YouTube account if you've never done it before, because I do a lot of this rambling about stuff and stating my opinions that are sometimes unpopular, but whatevs. I think that's it. 10 minutes. Jeez. All right. Everybody take care. Thanks for watching.